So, you heard the audio. Shane Beamer said, was asked by Bussin' with the Boys on a Barstool podcast who he would like to fight in the SEC among the head coaches, who he could take on. And then he was asked, well, who would you really like to be sticking it to in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter? And Beamer said, yeah, my wife was actually talking to me about that this morning. There's definitely a guy. And he said he would tell Bussin' with the Boys off the air. So we said to you, who is that coach? Who is that coach that Beamer really wants to throw down with? And we have the audio. We share the audio with you of Mark Stoops saying, look, you can change a climate, but can you change a culture? It's easy to change a climate. You can bump around with some stupid sunglasses on. There's only one coach who has bumped around with stupid sunglasses on. That's Shane Beamer. So it's pretty obvious who that is. We're asking you, who is the beef with from Shane Beamer? Dexter says Beamer cries and pouts better than all the coaches in the league. So says Dead Sexy from Taylor. Text into the show. He says, Mark, it is definitely Mark Stoops. What is it with Beamer and Marks? Why does he got a problem with me? And Mark Stoops, look, Marks with a K have 36% more testosterone than Marks with a C do. Okay, so come on, Beamer. If you're going to pick on Marks, at least make it Mark with a K. This is Mark with a C over here. Okay, testosterone challenged Mark with a C. So Sherb says Beamer would take Mark Stoops to the woodshed. By the way, what is coming up this hour on the show? At 4:30, we are going to activate our Media Mock Draft 2023. We have a 2-year consecutive stretch run of never missing a day. It's a hell of a lot of pressure on me, folks. But provided that our guest today answers, we will be 1 for 1 in 2023. We look forward to that. Also, they're saying that one particular game could be the most watched game ever globally. I'll tell you what that is in the 440 segment of this particular hour. But it wouldn't be us if we didn't call Beamer to the carpet and go coach by coach and simply ask who wins. Simply ask who wins here. Now, Diesel, the one that you're probably going to have to look up is, I believe, Zach Arnett from Mississippi State. Okay? Zach Arnett from Mississippi State. He's the guy that we know the least about. Zach Arnett, Mississippi State, the new head coach at Mississippi State. And, I'm looking at him right now, and there's one no for Shane Beamer. There's one no for just about everybody in the SEC. So, okay, here we go, Diesel. Very simple. Yes or no, could Shane Beamer take him? Nick Saban?
No.
Yes, he could. No. He couldn't take Nick Saban.
I don't think Shane Beamer could beat anyone in a fight. Shane Beamer's too hot-headed. Shane Beamer's too emotional. Shane Beamer would run away crying like a little girl no matter who he gets into a fight with because he cannot control himself. I'm going to say no to every single one of these. I just want you to know that. I think there is a line of 13 dudes out there ready to kick Shane Beamer's ass. His lily weak ass.
Well, I was just about to tell you guys, we here at Offsides would not let the beefs of yesterday infiltrate our objective report on who could beat Shane Beamer. But it is clear that I'm the one who was offended. I'm the one who he came after.
Yeah, but he came after the show. He came after the station.
Yeah, I did.
He came after all of us. Charmin sauce, man.
Well, if you have a yes for anybody, let me know, okay? But I'm going to assume Diesel's answer is a no for everyone on here unless stated otherwise. I think he can take Nick Saban. Nick Saban's too old. Okay, I'm going person for person. Now, Nick Saban with a temper scares me. Okay, he definitely does. Nick Saban with a temper is not somebody anybody wants to fight. But, they're of similar fitness level, and Beamer's a lot younger. Brian Kelly versus Beamer.
Brian Kelly.
That's Beamer. Come on, family.
He would get his family to come and curb stomp Shane Beamer into the dirt.
The crawfish boil's going to get you, Beamer? No, Beamer's got Brian Kelly big time. Beamer versus Hugh Freeze.
Hugh
Diesel.
Freeze.
Oh, they're both full of it, Diesel. They're both full of it. You know they're both full of it. Come on here. How can you determine which one is more full of it than the other? Beamer would beat Hugh Freeze. Beamer is younger than Hugh Freeze. He absolutely would beat Hugh Freeze. So I've got Beamer 2-1 now against SEC head coach.
I got him 0-3.
Diesel, have you seen Zach Arnett? Have you looked up? Have you looked up Zach Arnett, Diesel? If you haven't,
oh dear God.
If you haven't, your wives probably have.
Okay? Oh dear God. Yeah, he would make the nickname "Crying Shame" a reality.
This Zach Arnett is the last guy you want to pick a fight with at the bar.
He looks like a strength and conditioning coach.
Oh yeah.
You know, like all strength and conditioning coaches somehow look exactly the same.
I mean, just the look on his face, though, even without the body, like, get me away from this guy, man.
He doesn't even have to shave his head. It just grows into a mohawk automatically.
Get me away from this guy. Yeah, so Zach Arnett, I've got Beamer thus far 2-2. Okay, in the cage match, nobody leaves until somebody dies. Beamer against Sam Pittman.
Sam Pittman.
You see where this is going, ladies and gentlemen? You know, I come to my producer for objectivity, and this is the crap that I get back. This is the crap that I get back. Beamer beats Sam Pittman, Diesel. And I know what you're thinking. Pittman's a lot bigger. He's also a lot older. Okay? He even said he used Sam Pittman as an example. You know, he said he thinks my quickness would work in his favor. So I've got Beamer now 3-2. 5 matches down, 8 to go. I have no idea what to say about this one. Beamer against Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin. I know exactly what to say.
This is A-level analysis, ladies and gentlemen. A-level analysis. Beamer against Lane Kiffin. I think Beamer is in better shape than Lane Kiffin is. So I'm going to go Beamer. You guys, like, never again say that I can't be objective. Look at what I'm doing here. Okay? Look at what I'm doing. Now, Beamer against Mark Ryan in a landslide. Okay? But Beamer against Lane Kiffin, I'll go Beamer. 4-2. Beamer against Jimbo Fisher, Diesel.
Jimbo
Fisher.
Oh,
would you cut him out?
Jimbo
this is
Fisher,
getting ridiculous here. This is getting ridiculous.
We get his multi-million-dollar offensive line to come help him out.
Let's see here. I'm going to say Beamer as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got Beamer, Diesel. 6-1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 6-1. Here we go. Billy Napier. I got Billy Napier as well. I got
Billy Napier's got some bulldog in him. I think he's like one of those quiet guys who doesn't let you know.
No,
but the dude can scrap.
If you press Billy Napier too far, there would be a level of volcanic ash that comes out of that you would want absolutely no part of. So I'm going to go Billy Napier, only partly because he's my coach. Okay, but you guys could agree, right? Napier over Shane Beamer. That looks like Napier's win, right? Don't you agree? So I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 6-2 for Shane Beamer. Come on, Diesel. Shane Beamer against Josh Heupel. Come on, Shane Beamer against Elmer Fudd, Diesel.
He would sit on him and squash him into jelly.
Against Elmer Fudd. He can beat Elmer Fudd. Shane Beamer is going to beat Elmer Fudd. He can absolutely beat Elmer Fudd.
It's more like Josh Hayukit, and he's going to punch him in the nose.
One guy's in shape, Diesel. One guy's not. Okay.
Have you ever been outside of a country western bar and watched fat dudes scrap? Oh my God, those guys will throw haymakers.
Diesel, I would tell you
power behind those punches, man. It's not about muscle. It's about mass.
I would tell you to look up Clark Lee, Diesel, but I know the answer. No matter what, from Vanderbilt, I know the answer because the answer is the same for.
Well, not necessarily. Who do you think I would pick?
Beamer against Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey in a car for you, and a car for you, and a car for you.
I think Clark Lee would whoop his ass.
Yeah, I agree. I think Clark Lee would whoop Shane Beamer's ass. 6 ways to Sunday. So, my friends, we have 3 coaches left. Beamer is 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 6-2, 7-2, 7-3 on my sheet. Now we save the best 3 for last season. Mark Stoops, Eli Drinkwitz, and Kirby Smart. Mark Stoops, Eli Drinkwitz, and Kirby Smart. Mark Stoops, Shane Beamer against Mark Stoops. Diesel.
Mark Stoops. Mark Stoops. Easy answer. Easy answer. Next.
So Shane Beamer is 46 years of age. Mark Stoops is 55. Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen Mark Stoops angry. You won't like him when he's angry. I saw Shane Beamer when he was angry, and I like flicked him away like a gnat. It didn't really do anything to me. Mark Stoops has got he becomes Meatball Mark Stoops when he's angry, Diesel.
Meatball
His
Mark.
face,
I wouldn't call him Meatball Mark to his face.
His face gets incredibly red, Diesel.
But people are going to be calling in and calling you Meatball Mark.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm going to go Mark Stoops over Shane Beamer. 55 to 46, that's advantage Shane, but the size and the temper, when Shane Beamer's upset, I think it's a little bit like a Chihuahua. When Mark Stoops is upset, I think it's a lot like a pit bull. So I'm going to go with Mark Stoops over Shane Beamer. Then, Diesel, we've got Beamer against, now this one, Diesel, here you lose either way. Beamer against Eli Drinkwitz, Diesel.
Oh, Eli Drinkwitz is known to fight dirty. So give me Eli Drinkwitz.
He's going Eli Drinkwitz. Beamer would pound that mop-headed fool into absolute and total oblivion, Diesel. By the way, I hope we're podcasting this segment. This is fun.
Oh, yeah.
This is fun.
Oh, yeah.
He would pound that mop-headed fool into oblivion. And Drinkwitz would be crying for his mama. Drinkwitz is that standard all bark, no bite guy. When it comes time to throw down, he's got nothing to say for himself. And then Diesel, this is perhaps the easiest call for me of all of them. Kirby Smart versus Shane Beamer.
Kirby Smart would rip his head off, and absolutely, you know what, down his neck.
Absolutely destroy Shane Beamer. Absolutely mutilate. Kirby Smart is the same answer as Mark Stoops, for 10 years younger, right? And have you heard Kirby Smart's pregame speeches?
If Kirby Smart and Shane Beamer got into a fight, you would never find Shane Beamer's body.
That's it.
You'd know something terrible happened, but you would never find it.
I'd love to share with you how intimidating Kirby Smart can sound, but we're not allowed to share that audio with you on the air, okay? Like him giving his pregame speeches. So I've got Shane Beamer, ladies and gentlemen. Again, never say I can't be objective. I've got Shane Beamer 8-4. Well, wait a minute, 8-5 against SEC head coaches. I have got him beating Nick Saban, Brian Kelly, Hugh Freeze, Sam Pittman, Lane Kiffin, Jimbo Fisher, Josh Heupel, and Eli Drinkwitz. And I've got Shane Beamer losing in a throwdown fisticuffs to Zach Arnett, the new Mississippi State head coach, Billy Napier, Clark Lee, Mark Stoops, and Kirby Smart. Those are the L's. Where did I get it right, ladies and gentlemen? And where did I get it wrong? Let's see what you this is so much fun. Let's see what you guys are saying on the text line on this. Let's see here. Texter says, just give 3 to 4 years, Mark Ryan, and Beamer won't even be in South Carolina. He will continue to win 6 to 8 games and get fired, or B, he will take South Carolina to an SEC championship game and leave for another school. Well, if he can do that, why would he leave, Texter? Why would he leave if he's able to do that? I'm generally not a fan, guys. I think the best coaches can win anywhere. And I remember not being thrilled that Florida hired Dan Mullen because, he elevated Mississippi State, but they never won at the highest level there. And everyone told me I was an idiot and said, Mark, if he did that at Mississippi State, imagine what he could do at Florida. And he was better at Florida, but he wasn't championship caliber at Florida. So, if Shane Beamer was ever going to leave for another destination, he's got to show me, if I'm a USC or one of the big brands, he's got to show me he can win the SEC. And then again, from his point of view, If he's winning the SEC, why would he leave? Right? Why would he leave? Let's see here. Texter says Shane Beamer would get his ass kicked by my son. My son is a sixth grader. That's what a texter says. Texter says, Mark, the beef that he's got is with Jimbo. Diesel, can we put a poll on this? This would be great. Shane Beamer recently intimated that there's one coach that he's got a beef with. Who is it? Is it Mark Stoops? Is it Eli Drinkwitz? Is it Jimbo Fisher? Or is it other? Mark Stoops, Eli Drinkwitz, Jimbo Fisher, or other? Beamer says he and his wife on the Barstool podcast, Busting with the Boys, as they have a beef with a certain SEC coach. They'd love to stick it to him. Who is it? Let's see here. Texter says Beamer would win against at least 8 SEC coaches. So says Cocky for a reason. Cocky, that's exactly what I said. I had 8. JT and
Not
Greer
exactly
says,
the most objective response, is it?
JT and Greer says, Mark, you need to give us the height, weight, ages for a more accurate guess. I did the best I could in short order, Texter. Did the very best I could. I don't have the weights. I don't even know if the athletic departments have the weights. Andrew Squassi would take them all down. Who's that, Diesel?
I don't know. The only weight, though, is going to be Shane Beamer's wife in the weight room waiting for him to come out of the ER.
Oh. Texter says, in the most important matchup, Beamer would beat Dabo. No chance. Beamer against Dabo? Diesel, there's no chance. There's like 7 years that separate them. There's like 30 years of muscle that separates them. No chance. No chance. Shane Beamer against Nick Saban would look like Robin Ventura against Nolan Ryan. Diesel, that might not ring a bell for you, but Nolan Ryan put Robin Ventura in a headlock.
Oh, I remember this.
Remember that?
I mean, I don't remember. I wasn't watching it live, but I do know what this references.
And Texter's saying that Nick Saban is Nolan Ryan. I would say Josh Heupel looks more like Hamburglar from the 80s Happy Meal fame than Elmer Fudd. So says Spur Daddy.
No, Josh Heupel looks like Bobby Hill.
Okay.
He looks exactly like Bobby Hill. Don't you remember those memes?
Yeah, I do.
Josh Heupel, side by side, Bobby Hill, they're twins.
Shane Beamer is 5'8" and 167 pounds. Come on, guys. Beamer's not kicking anyone's ass. Is that his weight? Really? 167? I could fit him in my back pocket in that case. Texter says he will leave because by that time he will realize that's the limit for South Carolina. And he's not going to win in the SEC.
Somebody would throw a punch and then Beamer would whine to his Twitter followers.
Oh, we've also seen that happen, ladies and gentlemen, haven't we? We have borne the brunt of that frustration. I could see Beamer jumping to the NFL after his great success at South Carolina. And a texter says, my guess as to who the beef is with is Mark Stoops, hands down. Mark Stoops, hands down. Diesel, it could be with Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo gets on everybody's nerves. It could be with Eli Drinkwitz's punk ass because, like, that guy, just like I've never seen somebody talk more with less results to show for it than Eli Drinkwitz. You know, certainly behind the scenes, he's done something to piss off Shane, right? The difference is that Mark Stoops said it publicly, and there's some honor